Losing a loved one is never easy, and that's obviously a very stressful time in so many families' lives, so many individuals' lives. I want to try to help make that a little bit easier by giving you a checklist of things that you need to consider, you need to do in the event that a loved one passes away. And having this checklist should hopefully make that a little bit easier for you to manage. And before we get started, I would implore you to ask for help if possible. If you're able to ask for help from other family members, other people within that group to help you out, to help you manage this, it's going to make things a little bit easier, and hopefully you don't have to do all of this on your own and by yourself. So one of the first things on the checklist is gathering the estate planning documents, if there are any. Wills, trusts, all the instructions on how to proceed in the event of this person passing away. And those legal documents are going to give you the framework on how they want their assets to be handled, how they want their estate to be handled. This is the legal framework, again, that's going to dictate how these things are handled, and it's going to give you the rules on how to actually do it. It gives you that framework. Unfortunately, if this person passed away without having the legal documents, it makes the process a lot more complicated. It doesn't make it impossible, but it certainly complicates things. And so we always implore people, get the documents taken care of ahead of time. And when someone passes away, these are some of the first documents that you're going to want to look out for and to gather. You're also going to want to gather the following items. The first thing is the Social Security card or the Social Security number. That number will eventually be retired, but you're going to need it to settle estates, and sometimes you're going to need it to get access to certain accounts. So having that number there is going to be really beneficial to you. Get a list of account statements that they have, if they had a 401k, if they had IRAs, life insurance policies. Get statements on those so you know where money is, with which company, and who the beneficiaries are on those particular policies as well. If they own property, if they own real estate, you want to get the titles and the deeds to that. And that also includes the titles and lease agreements to your vehicles. And also get a list of all the bills and records that are due. You don't want things piling up. You don't want interest being charged. You want to make sure that you know what bills are being paid, what needs to continue being paid, what can be stopped, and that just gives you a better idea of how to proceed. And I would also ask that you look for any sort of document that had login information, passwords, a centralized place that has that information for you to log in, make things easier to access and to monitor as well. And again, if you don't have that, it's going to make things a little bit more complicated. So if you're watching this, you have your family there, it would be a good idea to create that master list and have an understanding of where that's going to be in the event that someone passes away. So now that we have the list of documents, the things that we need taken care of, what are the next steps? Obviously, this person passed away. Based on what their wishes are, contact a funeral home, try to arrange a service per their wishes and get that process rolling. That person is going to tell you all the other things that you're going to need as well. Some of the stuff is going to be covered in this video, but they're going to be a secondary person who's an expert that can tell you all of the things that are necessary going forward. The next thing is to call the county clerk, because you're going to want to get records of the death certificate. And you're going to need about 10 to 12 copies. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're submitting these to different companies, when you're trying to get proceeds from life insurance contracts or IRAs and 401ks handled properly, have the estate handled properly, you're going to need multiple copies of this document, and it's going to make life a lot easier if you just get those all at once at the beginning. So 10 to 12 copies. The funeral director may also be able to help you out with this, but just make sure you have those copies available. The third thing is, if this person's still working, make sure you contact their HR department, let them know that they passed away, ask them what things need to be done to solidify this, to make sure that this is permanent going forward, to handle their accounts. HR will be a resource for you to help you with that, so make sure you reach out and tell them that this person passed away. 4, I would consider speaking with an attorney. If this person that passed away has a big estate, there's multiple people vying for their share of the estate, hiring an attorney may be helpful to manage the process. If they set up a will, trust, and things like that, the attorney that they use could also be someone that you want to look to, but that professional is going to know the processes and how to handle things within the bounds of the law. definitely a great resource for you. And 5, going towards the bills that we talked about, make sure you notify the creditors, make sure you notify their credit card company, their bank, and make sure that any of the bills that are recurring, that are going forward, you're handling them. If you're getting rid of the ones that are not necessary, you're maintaining the ones that are there until the full estate has been settled, and making sure that you understand how much is being paid out in case you need to be reimbursed from it from the estate later on. And then also notifying the credit bureaus as well, because you want to make sure that no one's able to use their credit card, their accounts, use the social security number that they had to register for new cards and things like that. Obviously, this is a very difficult time. It's very emotional. It can be very difficult to navigate. But I'm hoping that this video helps give you a framework on how to handle it immediately, how to get some documents gathered, and how to get the process rolling to take care of their estate and their assets and to make the process a little bit more smooth. Again, you should always contact your CPA, your tax and legal expert, contact your financial professional for help if you need it. And hopefully the process is a little bit easier because of the video, because of the help that you're getting from those individuals. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. I'll see you soon.